Each news time, information is power. The current, the news headline. Nigerian government blames Ipob ESN for Lagos NSAS attack, looting of Oba's palace, other crimes. The news in full. The Nigerian government on Friday blamed the Nnamdi Kanu-led indigenous people of Biafra Ipob and its military wing, the Eastern Security Network ESN, for the attacks in Lagos and other parts of country during the October 2020 NSAS protest. Abubakar Malami, the Justice Minister, said Mr. Kanu, through his online broadcast, instigated the large scale of public assets during the NSAS protest, particularly in Lagos as well as the Southeast and South-South regions. The Attorney General addressed journalists in Abuja on the update on investigations on Mr. Kanu and another separatist, Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. He said Mr. Kanu set up the Eastern Security Network, an armed wing of Ipob, to carry out subversive activities against Nigeria. Violent activities of Ipob have always been known to be restricted to the Southeast, where the Eastern Security Network violently enforced a sit-at-home order on Mondays, and the South-South region. Friday will be the first time major violent attack will be linked to the proscribed group outside the two regions. Mr. Malami said that the Ipob leader, who is currently standing trial on amended 7-count charge before the Federal High Court in Abuja, desecrated and looted the Oba of Lagos Palace under the cover of NSAS anti-police brutality protest in Lagos in October 2020. The internet was awash with video clips and photos of the invasion and looting of the palace by those considered to be hoodlums who hijacked the NSAS protest at that time. Some of the marauders made away with the Oba's staff of office, shoes, and other paraphernalia of office. The Oba himself, Reliwan Akiolu, was rescued and evacuated from the palace by security agents. The NSAS protest of October 2020 played into the sinister plans of Nnamdi Kanu, whereby he seized the protest through subversive and inciting online broadcasts and actively commanded an attack and directed attacks on security personnel and facilities, Mr. Malami said on the Friday. He also added that there were several Ipob ESN attacks and destruction, that is arson, on public and private properties during the NSAS agitations and Biafra agitations across the country, especially the Southeast and South-South region. Notably, the palace of the Oba of Lagos, where 12 flats were completely looted and vandalized. He blamed the Ipob ESN for similar attacks in Lagos, where the Lagos State DNA and Forensic Center City or Race Course, the First Bank Branch, Lagos State Public Works Commission, Nigeria Port Authority, Marina Lagos, High Court Igboshiri, Lagos were all burnt, amongst other heinous crimes committed. He added that the country home of the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, was burnt, and over 150 buses burnt at Lagos State Terminal. Senator Undoma Egba, home in Calabar Municipal Cross River, was completely looted and vandalized. Mr. Malami blamed the group for 10 attacks in the 3 regions of the southern part of the country. As a result of this broadcast, members of the Ipob attacked and killed security personnel and burnt police stations and correction centers, INEC offices, bus terminals, the Palace of Oba of Lagos, banks, hospitals, shopping malls, and vehicles, amongst others, the Attorney General of the Federation alleged. Mr. Malami said that the press conference was meant to intimate Nigerians on the findings of a presidential ad hoc committee investigative that was set up to inquire into the causes of widespread violence in Nigeria's southeast region following Mr. Kanu's rearrest and repatriation from Kenya to Nigeria last June, giving a list of prominent Nigerians who have been allegedly killed by the Eastern Security Network operatives on order of Mr. Kanu. The Attorney General of the Federation named the gruesome killing of All Progressive Congress chieftain Ahmad Gulak on May 30 in Owerri, Imo State. He highlighted other violent killings to include Obi-Wan of Okudo Autonomous Community, Eze and Anayo Chukwu Durubezuru and Eze Samson Osunwa of Ihebionwere Autonomous Community, as well as the killing of Chike Akunyili, who was the widower of the late Dora Akunyili, and 8 others. The separatist, Mr. Kanu, who was granted bail in April 2017, was said to flee the country after the invasion of his home in Afara Uku near Umahia, Abia State, by the military in September that year. A situation one of his lawyers, Aloy Ijimako, described as the rule of self-preservation, and the judge subsequently revoked his bail for ditching his trial and ordered his trial to be separated from the rest of the co-defendants. While the trial of the rest of the defendants has made some progress, Mr. Kanu's has been stalled since 2017. On June 2021, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, announced that Mr. Kanu had been rearrested and brought back to Nigeria to continue facing his trial. He said that the Ipob leader was intercepted days earlier but did not give details. He said that the Ipob leader had actually been brought back so that he can continue facing his treasonable felony trial and also other charges bordering around terrorism. Although there was no official release about where and how Mr. Kanu was arrested, relatives and lawyers to the Ipob leader have described how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Ipob, was kidnapped in Kenya under controversial circumstances. And this is the reason why the lawyer had actually said that because of how he was extraordinarily rendered to Nigeria from Kenya, that the federal government of Nigeria had already, spoiled the case for themselves, because they have no charges against him, because 2 wrongs cannot actually make a right, and because they unlawfully brought the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, back to Nigeria. Therefore, this case is a no case, because there is no evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about all the charges that they have been laid against him. And about jumping bail, he insisted that one of the reasons why that happened was because the military invaded his house, killed a whole lot of people, including his parents, who were victims of that evil circumstances, and about 28 persons were said to have been dead. And that was why he fled away, so as to protect his own life, which anyone in the right senses will do. Thanks for listening.